Hi everybody, my name is Beth and I am the Steadfast Stitcher, and this is my Flosstube channel where we talk mostly about cross stitch. Welcome! I'm so glad you could join me today. I can't believe we're already at the end of July almost. It's hard to believe this year is flying by. First off, let's see, I have got some new starts to show you, some whips. I was enabled and I was enabling this past weekend, and I've got some plans in haul. So I've got to start first with this past weekend. We did 24 hours of a cross stitch Zoom in my Facebook group. I had so much fun. What a great group of people. We were open from Friday afternoon until Sunday, about 6 p.m. Eastern, and it was just met new people, just had a fantastic time. I got enabled. I did a little enabling, and yeah, it was just a blast. And in fact, on the enabling or being enabled, I need your help deciding what pattern I'm going to use for a sale that's going to start on Labor Day. So I will have that a little bit later, but I would love your thoughts on it. All right, so first up, I'll start with my two new starts. This is for my going towards my 60 for my 60th birthday, 60 starts for my 60th birthday. All right, so the first one I worked on was from Twin Peaks Primitives, and just got a tiny start on this, but did get a start. And this is from their 2022 Gingerbread Smalls book. These are so stinking cute. I just love them. And I am starting off with this one here. I believe it's called the M&M Cottage. Yep, M&M Cottage. And it's just so cute with, yeah, the little M&Ms on top and the candy cane around the door. Just adorable. Put that back in its little cover. Now I'm doing this on 18 count Aida from Dying for Cross Stitch, and this was a fabric of the month from Dying for Cross Stitch, and I believe this is from April 2022. And like I said, just a little start on it, but I did get a start, and this is the top of the cottage here to the end, so it's not very wide. It's going to make a great little pillow or flat fold or even a larger size ornament. These would make great gifts, I think. Oh, and my needle minder, I have to tell you what it says. 1 second. So I have to admit, Gina's Unique Boutique is probably my favorite place to get needle minders from. And this one says, I'm currently unmedicated and unsupervised. I know it freaks me out too, but the possibilities are endless. And the little funky unicorn. Yeah, it makes me laugh. I think he's adorable. I do plan on doing several of these gingerbread smalls. Not in any specific time frame or order, just that I really like them. I think they'd make cute little gifts too. Or little smalls for like giveaways if you go on a retreat. That would be a neat idea. The next one I started was also a small, but this is from Plum Street Samplers, and this is Winter Salt Boxes. I have all 4 seasons, and I'm starting with this one right here. I love the red and the green board and the green trees on the border. I think that's really cute. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. That's embarrassing. Yeah, I had started off with getting the autumn one, was the first one in the series that I bought. I haven't started these yet, but I just fell in love with this house right here. Had to have it. And now I have all 4 seasons. All right. So for the winter salt boxes, this is also from Dying for Cross Stitch. And if you really like this fabric, because I fell in love with it, this is their July fabric of the month for this year. So there's still a couple more days left to get it. But I got the 18 count Ada, and I'll link their website below. What they do is, instead of like a club where you have to commit to getting every month, they put a fabric of the month on sale every month that'll be right on their homepage of their website. And yeah, I am very easily enabled by them because I just love their fabrics, and they are super fast at shipping. All right, so this is my start. So I just did the upper corner here and one of the pine trees. Let's see, we'll pull this back out again. Whoopsie. Took out the thread with it. Yeah. So there's the upper corner right there. Now, these do kind of look like Polaroids to me with the big white border at the bottom. So I'm taking that off, and then I'm just doing the white border around here is 3 wide. So I'm just going to do that at the bottom and just go 3 rows down across. So that's the only change that I'm making to this pattern. But check out this fabric from Dying for Cross Stitch. It is so pretty. I just love it. So it's like a blue with grunge to it. It's just fabulous. I'm going to pause it 1 second because I just dumped a bunch of my threads on the floor. Hold on. I seem to have an unusual talent for always, I think, every video dropping threads. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I do love this fabric. Like I said, it is on sale until July 31st. And sometimes she goes a couple days beyond the end of the month as well. Very reasonably priced and fast shipping. Really happy with them. All right. Now to some of the things that I worked on. This one I pulled out for Whip Frenzy. Whip Frenzy is in the Whip Warriors group, which is a group on Facebook. I believe it was originally called No New Starts, but they've expanded it to allow different options. You can do like no new starts. You can do work your whips. You can do sweewee, which is stitch what you want when you want, which is what I'm doing this year with the 60 starts. And then next year is going to be definitely whip focused and not no new start and not starts focused. All right. So unfortunately, I just have a very tiny picture of this. But with Whip Frenzy, it's between 100 and 200 stitches and on each project. And so I worked on this one. This is Small Magellanic Cloud from Heaven and Earth Designs. Sorry, I just have a tiny picture. So it's a square. So it's 250 by 250, and it's full coverage, of course, from Heaven and Earth Designs. And this is a NASA image. And I am stitching this. This went in timeout for a long time, and now it's coming back out again fairly regularly. But this, I'm stitching it on 18 count easy grid. And just the colors on this are fabulous. Oops, come here. So this is where I'm at so far. And I'm doing 2 threads over 1. Oh, and I got a little extra guy in there too. the very dark grape. But yeah, the colors in this are phenomenal. And you'd be surprised how little 310 black there is in here comparatively. There is a lot of like ultra dark purple, ultra dark navies. And just, yeah, I think it's going to be absolutely stunning when it's finished. I was originally doing this as a gift. I'm kind of debating on whether or not I would like to keep it for myself, because I think it's really cool looking now that I'm starting to see it form. So again, that is Magellanic, Small Magellanic Cloud by Heaven and Earth Designs. Tess Stitches on Flosstube also has this pattern, and she has the big version of it, and it's like a bedspread. It is massive, but it's gonna, oh man, it's gonna be so gorgeous when it's finished. All right, so next up is a Sal that I'm working on, and I brought this out for Whip Frenzy as well. And I am way behind the people that I'm saling this with, but I'm still having fun. It's a relaxed sal. There's no like set end date or anything like that, and I'm just loving it. And this is Be Kind to One Another. And it's from Needlework Press. And I really love this pattern. Gail is the first one that turned me on to this series from Needlework Press. There's Be Exceedingly Diligent, Be Kind, and then the third one is Be a Friend. I do have Be a Friend, which I want to start eventually, but this is beautiful. And it is a very enjoyable stitch. I'm also doing this on fabric from Dyeing for Cross Stitch, and it is called Parchment Medium. I'm doing this on 25 count Lugana 1/1. And that's where I'm at. As you can see, it's not a very wide pattern. So this would make an excellent bell pull. It's just going to be gorgeous. I love the over-dyed flosses on this. I think the colors are beautiful. But what I did was I'd gotten off through this second row of letters. So I finished the third row, and then I finished over to Z. So then there's numbers here, and then underneath are some medallions. And I think I might pop down to the medallions for a little bit and work on those next. But I'm working on this with Gail, with Stitchy Sally, Mary Daydream Stitcher, and Lynn Lancashire Stitcher. And it is Be Kind Easter Sal. And I will link the Flosstubers down below as well that I mention on this video. Alright, next one that I worked on was from Monticello Stitches. And I'm also doing this with Daydream Stitcher. Becky's already finished. And it is such a beautiful pattern. So it's a gentle needle by Monticello Stitches. And it says, a gentle needle soothes the anxious, restless heart. And I think Mary has the version that says soothes the anxious heart instead of restless. But yeah, colorful and fun. This is another great pattern. And I love samplers like this that are a little bit different. And I am doing this on 18 count Dust Bunnies from Dyeing for Cross Stitch. Ooh. I wonder if because the light's getting a little weird on me here. Let's try that. There we go. But look at the colors. I just love them. They're so pretty. So I worked on the box here that's going to have the words inside of it, and a little bit on the vase that's above it. Yeah, and I just think this is going to be a really pretty pattern, and it's fun to work on. 18 count is kind of my jam, or something similar to 18 count, like Ada, when I'm on Zoom, because then I can chat more and stitch at the same time. Whereas if I'm working on a high count linen or something, I prefer to be working on that by myself and not trying to chat at the same time, because I find I just make too many mistakes that way. if I try to zoom while I'm stitching on a higher count linen. And I do have some projects that I'm working on linen, but I don't think I have any to show you today. Alright, so next up, I pulled out a Prairie Schooler Santa. So I'm doing this one. It is Peace on Earth, and this is 2019. He's so cute. I love the lambs on here. So, I'm actually keeping, I've got another one in the bag here that I haven't finished yet, that I have finished, but I haven't fully finished. I'm trying to decide what I want to do with them. Probably little pillows. But, so this is where I'm at with this guy. So basically, I worked on his scarf and the little lamb's head since you last saw this one, which has been quite a while. I think this is the first time I've pulled this out this year. But these are such fun stitches. You really can't go wrong with Prairie Schooler Santas. They make great gifts, ornaments, tons of things you could do with them. Pillows, flat folds, all kinds of goodies. And then finally, my last piece that I pulled out this week was Summer Quaker. I said you'd probably be seeing a little bit of this almost every video, and definitely sticking with this one. It is a very fun stitch. This one is Summer Quaker Sal, and I'm doing this with Laura and Mary Daydream Stitcher, Alan Gator Stitcher. There's a whole bunch of us involved in working on this pattern. In fact, we had a Zoom when we started this. Laura and I did it together, and this is such a fun stitch. I'm really hoping she comes out with an autumn Quaker. Maybe with that market that's coming up online. And I believe it's the end of August. That would be fabulous. So I am doing this on Spring Seas, and it's 18 count Ada from Barefoot Needle Arts. And so this is where I'm at with it. So I got all down the side here and put in some of the small medallions and the flowers. It is such a fun stitch. If you really want to see somebody that's flying on it, check out Stitches with Andrew on Instagram. He may already be done. He's so quick. And he's a beautiful stitcher. Just great project. I love his Instagram page. But anyways. Yeah, so this is a lot of fun, and I'm really enjoying it. I think my only regret that I wasn't really expecting to have is that with doing 60 starts for my 60th birthday, is it doesn't give me a lot of time to put in a lot on each individual project. So I think I mentioned last video as well, I'm really looking forward to 2024 when I can focus on getting things done and making real progress. And so I'll have like another 2 starts before my next Flosstube video in 2 weeks. So yeah, I'm like going through whips like crazy, but not as much focus on them as I would kind of like. But I am still enjoying it, and I am definitely on track to finish, do my 60th start on my 60th birthday in December. And yeah, it's a good time. I won't do it again. This is a one and done. All right, now a little bit about plans. Next week, first week in August, I am going to be starting the Tiny Town Honey of a Tiny Town with Elisa Crafting in Colorado. And we are using Honey Tiny Town Sal. So if you would like to stitch along with us, I know this is a really popular pattern. The whole series is super popular. They are so adorable. But I will be starting this next weekend, and if you would love to start along, I'd love to have you join us. And so would Lisa. It is Honey Tiny Town Sal, and this is by Heart and Hand. I have all the threads and my fabric. I'm debating on the fabric, but I definitely have something in stash for it. So yeah, very cute. I love the blues and the sunflowers. They're so pretty. So I am starting that next week. And then I'm starting this one with Amy Loves Toads and Nancy, who's also in my group. And this I was completely enabled by Paige's 3 stitches. I have been watching her working on it, and just the more I see it, the more I fell in love with it. And then on Prime Day, it was on sale, so I had to get it. But it is a kit from Design Works, and it's called Woodland Cottage. Let's see, glare, glare, glare. And I will be starting this in 2 weeks, second weekend of August with Amy Loves Toads. But so adorable. There are so many animals on here. Tons and tons and tons of back stitching. Well, I'm really looking forward to it. I think my biggest complaint I could see is that the pattern is teeny tiny. So I will definitely be blowing it up on my copier so I can see it better. Now, I guess my haul and my question that I need help with are tied in together. So this past weekend, with the 24 hours with our Zoom room and everything, I got turned on to the Etsy site, Stitches So Beautiful on Etsy, and they're all full coverages, and they list all the artists for each one. So yeah, it's great selection there, and I went and checked it out. I found several that I really loved, and other people that were stitching with us on Zoom also found things that they love. So we came up with Stitches So Beautiful Sal, and it's going to start on Labor Day. So we will have a Zoom room open all day Labor Day. And so anyone is welcome to come and join us to stitch on that, or you can just come and hang out and stitch on another project as well. Our Zoom room is normally open Monday and Friday evenings from 6:30 till whenever Eastern time. And then starting this week, the Zoom room will be open all day on Saturdays starting at 10 a.m. Eastern. So I'm excited about that and glad to add that on. And thank you to Camille and Bridget for heading up our Saturday Zooms. That is awesome. But here's my problem. I went on to Stitches So Beautiful, and there was just no way for me to only pick one. So I need help deciding what I'm going to work on, when I'm going to start. There are just so many beautiful patterns. I know there's also a Sal called Woman in a Field Sal, I believe, that's also Stitches So Beautiful designs. And she has, I think, either 3 or 4 women in a field of flowers in this. It's a series by Etta Rose or Etta Rosa. I picked number 3, Woman in a Field of Flowers 3, because I just fell in love with the colors. I think that's stunning. So that's one of the possibilities I could start on Labor Day. She's beautiful. And it is 500 by 325 full coverage. It is not a small one. In fact, I don't think any of the stitches so beautiful or small. They are all really good sized. Now, here's my problem. That wasn't the only one that I really loved. So I also have this one, Van Gogh cat. Look at that. Now, I know you can't see it here, but in other parts of my house, I have a print of Starry Night. I have the cafe. I can't remember the name of it. The Van Gogh cafe that's also at nighttime. And then I have one of those paint and sips that I did that's also a Starry Night with a cactus. So I have a thing about Van Gogh. But this is gorgeous, and it is huge. It is 500 by 375, and it has like 90,000 stitches of ultra dark navy blue. 90,000. But yeah, it's just amazing. I think it's gorgeous. I do love that one. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Now, I'm also a sucker for villages. I can't help it. I'm a total sucker for villages. And I just loved this winter one with the lighthouse. This is Caroling in Winterberry. Having trouble with the screen turning yellow on me. And see, check out that lighthouse there. And so all the houses are decorated for Christmas. But it's something definitely you could, have around all winter long or all year long. And I think this is just a really pretty village scene. This one is 500 by 400. Not a small one. Because you know me, I got to have my bats. And then the other one is, where are you? All right. Oh, there's two more I can't decide on. This one printed a little weird. But this is Red Fox by Dutch Lady Mystic Art. And this is also stitches so beautiful. And I don't know if you can see, but there's all kinds of emblems and symbols running across his fur. He is just beautiful. And blues are one of my favorite colors. This one is 290 by 400. But yeah, he is a beautiful fox. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And then the other one I was trying to decide on, and this is by the same designer, or by the same artist that did the Caroling in Winterberry that I just showed. This is Sarah's Diner. So it's a nighttime autumn village scene. I think looks really pretty, and it's very different. It's got kind of a folk art feel, which I also really like. I just think this is very pretty. All right, so that's what I need help on. I'm stuck. I can't decide. Now, granted, I've got a few weeks before, Labor Day runs around, but the way this year is flying by, it'll be here before I know it. So, which ones do you like the best? So, there's Sarah's Diner, Red Fox, that beautiful fox. See, this is ticking all my boxes. I've got cats, I've got village scenes, I've got foxes. I'm very happy. Caroling in Winterberry with the lighthouse. So pretty. And my kitty cat, Van Gogh cat. Look at that. It's too bad that we haven't been able to find a cone in 939, but it is, yeah, it's gorgeous. And then Woman in a Field of Flowers 3. I would love to know which one that you like the best. I'll pick them up and get 25 count easy grid and stitch them up starting on Labor Day. We would love to have you come join us over at Crafts and Books. We've got 3 books coming up. Actually, let me show them to you real quick. So I won't go into all the details and everything, but we get together once a month and discuss a new book every month. And we get to, everybody gets to like put book ideas together, and then we spin the tiny decisions wheel, and then we come up with what books we're going to read for the next few months. And every few months we also do a classic. So our August book, and we meet on Sunday afternoons on Zoom. Our August book is Wrong Place, Wrong Time by Jillian McAllister. And it's kind of a time travel / murder mystery, which looks really interesting. So this one takes place in the 1930s, late 1920s. It's the Memory Keeper of Kiev. And it takes place in Stalin's regime. And I've heard you need Kleenex for this one. But that it's very good. So I am looking forward to reading it. This is our September book. And then our October book is a classic. And I'm excited about this one. So it's actually a twofer. We're going to read Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass. And that is our October book. So come October, when we have the book club, we'll have everybody that joins in submit suggestions for our next 3 months. And then we'll spin the tiny decisions wheel. And we'll have our next books up until next year, 2024. That's what I love, because the book club has gotten me to read some books that I never would have thought of before. We read a true crime, and I would never personally pick out a true crime book, but I ended up really appreciating the book and how well it was written. So, yeah, I get to read some things I wouldn't have thought of myself. Yeah, so this is October's book. And so that's what we've got coming up in Crafts and Books, and what my plans for stitching are for the next couple of weeks. Yeah, and help me decide. I'm having such a hard time. I know I've got a few weeks, but eventually I do need to go out and get floss and things like that. I already have the 25 count easy grid. That, yeah, I'll have to get some serious floss. Including buying some stock in Ultra Dark Navy if I decide to go with that one. So let me know what you think. I hope you all have a great stitching 2 weeks. And you take care of yourselves and take care of each other. And I will see you soon. And hopefully I'll see you on Zoom at Crafts and Books. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. Thanks for joining me.